So I'm Christine Martin, the kindergarten teacher here at Cedar Valley Waldorf School and the principal. And tonight's talk is going to be on rhythm. And rhythm is really important for the child because it really helps with a sense of confidence, security, self-esteem. It allows the child to have a safe place to investigate the environment. And people may think, oh, what's the difference between rhythm and schedule? Schedule is within rhythm, but rhythm is much more. If you think about rhythm, we often talk about music, and it's like, how do things flow from one place to another is an aspect that we'll look at. The transitions, they're really important. And then also, how much are you putting into a day, and how harmonious is it? And so we'll look at these different aspects of rhythm. In Greek, rhythm means to flow. So really getting a sense of how does your day flow, how does your week flow, month and even year. And being aware of your flow and also the child's flow. And in the past, it used to be that, Monday was washing day, Tuesday ironing, Wednesday baking, and it had this rhythm of the week because that's what was necessary. And now in our modern society, we can throw in a load anytime, we can do dishes anytime, we can stay up all night if we want with the lights, and we can shop 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. And I'm not suggesting that we do away with those conveniences, but now it's up to us to figure out what rhythm we want to carry, because we can get so arrhythmical, because we're being pulled in this direction and that direction, and it's hard. And it's also interesting because of all life on Earth, human beings are the only ones that actually are free from the influences of nature. Every other animal is influenced by the rhythms of the Earth. And so we as human beings are free, totally free to choose, and now we need to go within ourselves and have an inner choice of how we want to carry the rhythm and how much we're influenced by the Earth's rhythm or not, and in what cases. Come on in. And really looking at what's healthy for the child and for the person. And when you think about when a child comes into being, like the little one over there, at first, they could be just as happy awake at 2 o'clock in the morning as 2 o'clock in the afternoon, as we've all experienced. And so really, they need to get a sense of the rhythm of the day from the adults. And also, they could eat anytime. And so what kind of rhythm are we slowly getting them into? And also, even their breathing is arrhythmical. It's not till about puberty, around the age of 14, that actually the heartbeat comes into a rhythm like of an adult. So it's 4 heartbeats to a breath on average. And rhythm is also very related to actually the heart and the lung system, like the whole rhythmical system within the body too. And it's also interesting talking about the heart, how feelings come into play with rhythm. Schedule wouldn't have too much feelings, you just go, it's more thinking. But the feeling aspect is really important when we talk about rhythm. And a few weeks ago we talked about child development, and we kind of viewed it as the aspects of what thinking, feeling, and willing. And the thinking is a little more standstill. It's a defined focus, and the will is something very much in movement. And the feeling weaves the thinking and the will together. So that's how that plays into connecting those 3 aspects. And I thought what we would look at is a rhythm of a day, and kind of taking those aspects as we as parents have and how it flows. And feel free to kind of jump in if you guys have suggestions on, oh, this is what worked really well for me, or if you're struggling with a particular aspect. And I thought I'd start with the evening, the night, and we'll go through. And so, how does your child go to sleep? What is the process of that? And if you just want to take a few minutes and think about what you've already set up, because there'll be something that's set up. And the other thing that's really important for children is consistency. So once you set up a way of doing different aspects, if you continually do them the same, the child really falls into it. If you're doing them differently, over and over, then it's very chaotic for the child. And there's an analogy too of when something is very arrhythmical, like a day, it's a little bit like a child going on a trip and being a little jet-lagged and having a bit of time difference because the rhythm isn't carrying them. Where if there is a strong rhythm, they can breathe easier, relax into it, and it's much healthier for them. So coming back to the evening, also if you have the same time every night, then the child will tend to be more sleepy. Some days it doesn't always work that way, but if you have that consistency, their body is going, yes, this is the time to slow down, this is time to sleep. Same with eating. So again, looking at what time we want. And it's the whole process of calming down. So you've had a busy day, and maybe a bath, that essence of water and calming down. And then coming to sitting on a couch or so and maybe reading a story. And what I do with my children is we actually put candles out, and so that signified the beginning of this whole process too. And we sat on the couch, dimmed the lights enough that it created a really kind of slower feeling, but light enough that I could still read, and we'd have a story, and they'd snuggle up, and then after that we would brush our teeth, and then they'd come back to the table, and we would say a little verse, and then blow out the candles, and then we go. This was just a little thing we love to do, is go to the window and look out at the stars and sing "Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star," and we do that every night for probably about 7 years, and the children loved it. And I never had any discipline problems because I actually didn't have to tell them. I would close the book, they go off and brush their teeth. It's not, oh, have you brushed your teeth yet? Have you done this? Have you done that? And then they'd come back and they'd sit down in front of the candle, and then we'd say our verse, and we'd go to the window, and then they'd walk to their bedroom. And so that's a real key for just not only bedtime, but the whole piece. The more you can hold rhythm, the less discipline issues you'll have. And the less they'll be confused of, oh, what should I do next? Or what can I do next? And they take off in another direction. It's like, no, that's not part of a rhythm. Running around the house in circles isn't quite part of the rhythm now. And they'll get a sense of that's what's expected at that time. And then just putting them into bed, and whether you rub their back a little bit or what you say as you go to sleep, and a kiss goodnight, and letting them settle in. And also looking at how they're waking up. If you can make that a gentle process, that's very healthy for them. We as adults might go to an alarm or waking us up, but it's very shocking, even for us. It's nicer to wake up slowly, but especially for children. So you may want to go in there and sing a little song and just kind of rub their back, and if the curtains are down, open the windows, and just slowly get them to wake up. Don't ask too many questions. You may even experience this as an adult, depends on whether you're a morning person or not, but if you're just getting up and somebody's going, oh, what about this, what about that, and you're going, wait a minute, like slow down, and the children are tenfold that way. So, don't ask them what they want to wear, or what they want to eat, or how they're feeling, or did they have a good sleep, and all these questions. Just give it space. And with all these things, if you can figure out in your own mind how much time it takes to go through the process you want to, because often we don't give it enough time. So in our mind is, oh, we have to be at the workplace, or we have to be at school at 8 o'clock, and oh, we've only got 45 minutes, and let's go, and you've got to get up, da-da-da-da-da-da. So giving it enough time, and it'll depend on the child. Some children move slower than others, and you just have to see what the nature of your child is. So, a gentle waking up. And then you may even want to choose the clothes the night before and put them on the bed, so that there's not this decision in the morning, what am I going to wear? And then also for breakfast, really I suggest that you decide what they eat for breakfast. You know it's healthy, and put it out, and they will eat it instead of asking them what they want.